Hey guys, what's going on? Today I want to show you guys 3 of the strongest builds in this game currently. Now Armored Core has only been out for a few days, and some builds are rising to the top, and others are getting left behind in the early chapters. I want to show you how to power through this game so you can get to New Game Plus as fast as possible. Now the first build I'm going to show you is something you can build entirely in Chapter 1. If you're having trouble with a Juggernaut or Belteus, then this build is for you. Now I know a lot of people, myself included, were struggling with Belteus, which in my opinion is the first real skill check of the game. I must have tried a dozen different builds before I found the one that just works. Now the first thing you want to do is purchase yourself 2 Ludlow SMGs. Now these bad boys are great at causing the enemy to stagger as you pelt them in close range. Now remember, if you see Ricochet pop up, you're too far away and you aren't dealing full damage, so just move in closer. For the back units, you want dual laser cannon VP60s. With these, you can either charge them up to deal maximum damage or just take quick shots for nice burst damage. And don't worry about the money cost in this game. You get, I think, full value or near full value for selling parts you don't need back at the store. It's just part of the game, trying different builds. For the legs, I like the bipedal ones the best. The tank legs are good if you need extra health or AP, but I think they're just too slow for my playstyle, so I use the Melander set if you want something quicker like me. For the arms, the most important stat that I look for is firearm specialization. This is going to give you the best chance of hitting your target. Since we aren't using melee and recoil control doesn't matter as much, so just check the store and see which one has the highest firearm specialization right now. For the core, the Melander set is my go-to as well. Now I know there's a pre-order Melander set bonus and a regular one, just use whichever one you have access to right now. And for the head, I'm using the Finder's Eye because the Melander head kind of puts us over the EN load for this build. For the SCF, since we're using close range SMGs, I built this with the Abbott 006. We're getting an insane close range assist bonus at the cost of our missiles being worse. But in this build, we're not actually using any missiles, so that downside doesn't matter to us. For the booster and generator, you're kind of locked into using whatever's available to you right now, so just pick ones that work without going over the EN overload. Alright, for this second and third build, we're actually going to switch a couple things up. Once you're in Chapter 2, you have access to just about everything I'm going to go over with right now. The first thing we're going to do is drop our SMGs for a pair of dual shotguns. The shotguns in this game are overpowered, and we're just going to take advantage of that. The set we're going to pick up are the Zimmerman shotguns. This is, in my opinion, one of the best weapons in the entire game right now. We're going to get in close and deal an insane amount of close range damage. And oftentimes you're staggering your enemy AC in just one burst. As for the back units, we're going to use the dual Songbird grenade cannons. These things are devastating. The idea is to stun your enemy and hit them close with both cannons at the same time for extra damage while they can't move. If you're in the air, the enemy ACs oftentimes just have a hard time dodging this. This build can carry you all the way to the end of the game. For the armor, I'm using the Melander head as it has great scan distance and AP. Not the most in the game in either direction, but mind you, it's a good middle ground. For the core, you can use either the Melander core or something like the VP40. I wouldn't recommend any of the super heavy sets as this is a quick build and you don't want to slow yourself down too much. For the arms, I like the 46E notch set. These have 160 points in firearm specialization so you don't miss a shot. For the legs, you can use either the Melander set or the DF-LG Tion set if you want a bit more protection and a slightly higher EN count. For the booster, I like the Alula 21E. Now other faster boosters, yeah, but usually they have some kind of horrible downside like taking multiple seconds to recharge once you hit empty. And since this is also a close range shotgun build, I'm using the Abbott 06 FCS. If you're in shotgun range, you shouldn't have too much worry about missing with the Songbirds. For the generator, I have the DFGN Ming Tang to hit all my AC's power needs. For the last build, we're simply swapping one or both weapons for the Hugh Ben Gatling guns. Now you will have to use a heavier set of legs to dual these, like the TN set that I mentioned earlier. This is a perfect combo if you want full auto mayhem. Two of these side by side is a great combo for relentless damage. And since they don't need to reload, you can keep a near constant stream of bullets going. Now just remember, these do overheat, so pay attention to that bar on screen to avoid that. The last weapon you can swap out for the Songbirds is the Stun Needle Launcher, which is available towards the end of Chapter 3. This is probably one of the most overpowered back pieces in the game, so use it before it eventually gets nerfed. Alright, and that is going to do it for today's video. Do you have a favorite build that's carrying you through this game? Let me know in the comments below so we can help each other out. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
Target destroyed.